In today's sewing tutorial, I'm going to show you how I cut and sew this pants and top. It's very simple and it's beginner friendly. I used 2.5 yards of crepe fabric to make this, and I folded my fabric into four, as you can see. The length I used for this particular top is 30 inches, and then the width I'm using is 15 inches, as you can see. First, I'm going to mark the neck width of 3 inches and a shoulder divided by 2. I'll mark it. So whatever your shoulder is, mark it here, and on that point you come down by 1 inch. Then you're going to connect it to the neck and extend it down to the end of the fabric. This top is a kimono top, so that's why I am making it like this. So just extend it to the end of the fabric like so. Next, I'm going to mark the circumference of the sleeve. So from here, I'm going to come down 10 inches. If you're on the small size, you can make it 9 inches, but 10 inches is okay. Then from there, I'm going to mark this line. This will be my, it's not an underbust, but that's the only line I will need at this point. So on that line, I'm going to mark my bust circumference. So bust divided by 4, mine is 11. I'm going to add 2.5 inches for ease, and also 1 inch sewing allowance. So whatever I have here, I'm going to take it down to the hemline. So at this point, whatever your bust circumference is, just use it to divide by 4, add 2.5 inches for ease, and 1 inch sewing allowance. That's what you're going to mark all the way down to the hemline. Now, the sleeve needs to relax properly because this is a kimono top. On this place, you're going to go in by 1 inch, then connect it to the shoulder point. As long as you have done a shoulder slope, you have to do this. So now I'm going to cut this in like this, just to give it a small curve there. So from the hem, I'm going to come up to mark where the ruche is going to start from. You can make it 10 inches depending on the length of your top. If your top is longer than this, it just depends on that. So on that line, that is where I'm going to have my ruche. So I'm going to mark it like so. What I did was to add extra ½ inch there so that it will be easier for me to make the ruche. So for the neck depth, back neck depth, I did 0.75, and then the front I did 4.5. Then I connected it like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and add ½ inch sewing allowance on the shoulder. And that is it. I'll just go ahead to cut this out. I'm cutting everything together, the back. Later, I will cut out the front neckline. If you have watched this video till this time, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Remember, this is top and trouser, so don't click off here. We still have the pants to make. So now I'm going to take off the back and then place this back again so that I'll be able to cut the neckline for the front. Everything is the same, just the neckline. I will then go ahead and cut out facing for both the front and the back. And for the sleeve, I'm going to cut a 3 inches band to add to the sleeve. So after cutting all these pieces, I'm going to sew the neckline, join them and the shoulder. and then I'm going to show you how to quickly sew the side seam. So everything is done, as you can see the facing. Then this is the side seam, and I have hemmed it down. So make sure you hem it first, and you're going to sew it as you're seeing me do. Make sure you hem it first before you start sewing the side seam. It's very important. Then when you get to the place where you're going to start the ruche, you will go over to the other side of the side seam. You sew it close, so that when you make your rope, this is where you're going to pass it from. So you will pass your rope into that place and notch it there. To sew the pant, I folded my fabric into two. We're cutting the front first. To know the amount of fabric you're going to fold for your front, you should divide your hips divided by 4. Whatever you have, you should add at least 4 to 5 inches to that. So that's what I have done here. So for this, if you want to make a female trouser, you need just 2 measurements for this type of trouser: the hip line and the crotch length. So you're going to take your crotch length by your customer yourself sitting on a flat surface, and you take the measurement from the tiniest part of your waist down to the flat surface. And those are the 2 measurements you're going to impute here. So here I have taken off 2 inches, and I have the waist to hips and waist to the crotch length. So this is the waist, the hips, and the crotch length. Now for the circumference, you're going to do hips divided by 4, and you're going to mark it here. Whatever your hips is, divide that by 4, mark it here, and then you're going to add 1 inch sewing allowance to that. Then I'm going to square this line, exactly what I have on the crotch length and on the waistline. You go ahead and connect this line. So this is going to be the center front, while the other side will be the side seam. Next, from this center, I'm going to mark crotch extension of 2 inches. And then I'm going to connect it from the hips. You can come out here 1 inch if you don't have your hip curve. So I'm going to connect it like this. So next, I'm going to take whatever I have from here to here down straight. Just take whatever you have here and take it all the way down straight. With this, the front is ready. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out and use it to cut out the back. When you will be placing the back on the another material, make sure to have sewing allowance 2.5 inches all around, except for the hem. So I'm going to square out the waistline like this. And then on the crotch extension, the crotch line, I'm going to also extend that for back crotch extension. Making a lady's pants is different from male pants, so pay attention here. Now on the waistline, from the center front, I'm going to go in 2.5 inches and then go up 2.5 inches. Then on the side seam, I'm going to go out 2.5 inches also, and then I'm going to connect this to the waistline. This will take care of the butt so that it will sit properly at the back. So on the side seam towards the hem, you're going to go 1 inch out and then try to connect it to the waistline like this. Then for the crotch extension, I'm going to do 1.5 for crotch extension, and then from the hem I'm going to also come out 1 inch, then connect it to the crotch extension like this. I'm sorry the chalk is not showing, that's because of the type of fabric. So to mark the crotch curve, I like to always mark the front so that I will know how to, it will be a guide. So I'm just going to connect this like this, and that is it. I'll just go ahead to cut this out. For the waist, I'm going to be adding elastic to it, so that's why I didn't shape the waistline. If you don't want to add elastic to your own, then you can shape the side seam, but I just want to wear it with elastic, so that's why I didn't shape the waistline. This pant is very simple to make. I didn't add side pockets. All I'm going to do is to join all the seams, and then I'm going to show you how I added the elastic to the waistline. So just go ahead and join all the back, and then you join the side seam. And after joining that, then we'll go over to the elastic. So this is how the elastic waist is, as you can see. So take the measurement of your waistline. So I'm going to place my trouser like this and take the length of the waistline. Whatever I have, I'm going to use it to cut out this piece. And then for my waistline, I'm going to just, what I have here is 27 inches. I just took it round my waist, how I want it, how comfortable I want it. And what I got was 27 inches. I cut out the elastic. So as you can see, I've sewn the elastic. I'm going to get the center, place it here, and sandwich it like this. This is very simple. Just sandwich it like this, and then you're going to align it properly as you're seeing me do in the video. Then you're going to encase it, just close it. Make sure as you're sewing it, you're not going to sew the elastic. Don't mind the way that I'm speeding it off. Just take your time to sew it so that you will not sew on the elastic. After sewing this, I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the trouser. So this is how it's going to look. It's already looking very neat. So you just go ahead and attach it to the trouser. If you have watched this video till this time, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And after I was done joining it, I'm just going to go ahead and run how many lines I want on the pants. And then I'm going to add a false rope to that, just to give it a flare. And after making this, I'm going to show you how it turned out. You can see the waistline, very nice. So this is the final outcome. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.